Good afternoon, everyone. Trisha Stetzel here with Results Extreme Business Solutions, and I have again Miss Erin Callahan with me, and we've got some really cool stuff that we're going to be talking about. Hey, Erin.
Hey, Trisha. Good morning.
Good morning. Would you just do a real quick introduction of yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Erin Callahan. I am a local attorney, and I own the law office of Erin C. Callahan. We are off over NASA Parkway, and we focus on wills, trusts, estate planning, and small business law.
Great. I'm so excited that you're here with us today, and we're going to talk about something unusual. So a few weeks ago, I was at a meeting with you, and you talked about something called digital estate. Everyone in the room was like, what is a digital estate? So can you give our audience a little information about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Trisha. So in the presentation, we talked a little bit about a digital estate. And so one of the questions that I asked was, do you have a Facebook account? And raise your hands. And of course, everybody in the room raised their hand. And I said, then you have a digital estate. So a digital estate is any type of online account or any type of digital, it could even be a digital currency like Bitcoin. Or unfortunately, there's one kind of story out there where a family, the father was an author, and he ended up writing his book, and he put a lot of time and effort and love into this, and he passed away at the end of the process. And he had password protected his book, and the family has never been able to open it and publish his dream to be an author. And so that's one of the things that I talk to our clients about, is making sure that we have a section in the will for the digital estate, and also just making sure that you are have kind of like your digital affairs in order.
So when you talk about digital estate, does that also include social media?
Yes, it does. So absolutely. So it means anything, like it could be your TXU energy account, any account that you have online, and especially including social media. So one of the things that we also talk to our clients about is, so within Facebook and within Google, you have the ability to name somebody who can take over your account if you pass away. Now, don't worry, they can't do it while you're still alive. They can't, play a prank and file for, ask Google for access to your account. It's only when you pass away. But then they have the ability to post on your account. Facebook, we call it a legacy account. You can name one person. And in Google, you can actually name up to 10 people currently. That could change, but right now you're able to do that. And then they would have access to all the information stored in your Google accounts.
So those are things that we could do on our own, right? We could go into Google and set that up. We could go into Facebook and set that up. And that's amazing. But when we talk about the digital estate in general, that's really something that we should have when we're doing our will or estate planning. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I really think that everybody should do it. And so like you mentioned, you're talking about people can go on their own. So that's one of the things that you can do right now without reaching out to an attorney. So that could look like a couple of things. So one, you could go to your social media accounts and appoint, a legacy person. Two, you can get what we call, there's actually a lot of different companies. The two that we kind of talk the most about are 1Password and Keeper, where you can go online and you can put all of your passwords into one place, and then it gives you one password. And that way you can pick better, more secure passwords instead of, honeymoon 2018, you can actually pick something that's a little bit more appropriate.
Is that your password, Erin?
No, it's not. But I actually, a client was talking to me about something the other day and said that was their email account. And I was like, oh, okay. So I know a lot of clients use their birthdays and things like that. So, 1Password and Keeper and any program like that, they can let you pick more secure passwords, that you're not going to be able to necessarily memorize, but are secure. And that way you have your digital estate in order. So if something happens, you have all your accounts in this program, and then the person that you name as your emergency can step in if you pass away, and they can pay your electric bill. They can pay, your mortgage and all of those things that need to keep, continuing. Especially this is important if you're, disabled too. Donald, my significant other, we have a joint account. And so he has access to certain things. And then there's certain business things that keep private that he doesn't have access to. And so it's a great way for small businesses and for families to put everything in one place.
So most of us, when we think about estate planning, really think about, the things that we can touch and feel. And the important message here that you're giving us today is there's so much more, right? The things that we can't necessarily touch and feel, but we know that we have access to every single day. And we need to make sure that we're creating that legacy, right, to pass it on.
No, exactly. I have some clients call me all the time, like, well, I don't really have anything. I just have a house and I just have, 2 cars. And, then you start talking about their finances and they're like, oh, well, my husband's a really big investor, or I'm a really big investor. We have some Bitcoin. And once you kind of get down into people's assets, yes, they might not have a lot and they might not have $10 million, but they do have assets that need protecting, and they do have assets that we need to get organized.
Yeah, it's super important. So I want to revisit the 1Password because it's something that I've heard you talk about in the past. And I actually, you're welcome, listen to you.
Yay! Awesome.
And I went out there and I got I went to the website and signed up for it. And you can actually do it for free for a little while so that you're getting used to what it looks like. It's very inexpensive. And it saves your passwords. And these passwords are amazingly complicated. They're not passwords that you would remember necessarily. But I feel completely safe using this. So would it be okay if we posted the information in the comments below on what, the link to 1Password? Would that be cool?
No, absolutely. We can do that.
Yeah, awesome. And then if we have some information about the Google inactive account manager, or even the legacy contact, we can put that in the comments below. If people have questions, is it okay if they reach out to you for those topics?
Oh, absolutely. So we're always happy to answer questions, especially about some of these digital estate topics that are a little bit more complicated, or at least people aren't familiar with them. So the best email is just Erin@ecallahan.com. And then the phone number at the office is 281-766-0976. We're always happy to answer any questions.
I have one more topic. It's kind of a sideways move, if you will. But before this call, we were actually talking about some relationship that you're building with another company and some medical card that you can use. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're kind of in the middle of partnering with a company called DocuBank. And it's really exciting because one of the issues that a lot of my clients have, in fact, I just got a call last week from a kiddo of a client. They couldn't find a mom and dad's paperwork, and they needed the medical power of attorney. They had to go into the hospital for some elective surgery, so everybody was okay, but they couldn't find it. And so this partnership, we're going to work with DocuBank, and what that's going to do is it's going to give the client a card that they can put in their wallet. So one, if there's an emergency, a nurse or anybody, healthcare professional, could see it in their wallet and access it. Or if they electively, give it to a healthcare worker. But it's going to have instructions on how to access the medical power of attorney and physicians and directives. So those important critical healthcare documents that you want to have in place. And so we're going to be able to store them online. And then the card has information for healthcare workers and how to access that information. It's a little bit of an authentication process, but all in all, it's much easier and much better for our clients because they're going to have that at the tip of their fingers. Because let's be real, nobody walks around with their medical directive next to them and say, "Here, doctor, here's my medical directive." That's just not real life. So this card is really going to help with that, and especially in our digital world too. It's going to be just another piece of the services that we offer here at the law firm.
I love that because I was just thinking while you were talking about that, if my mom has to go to the hospital, we go to the hospital. I don't go get in a safe and pull all these documents out, right, to take with me to the hospital. And if we just had a card in her purse or in my purse that we could hand over that connected us to all of those documents, it would make things so much easier.
I know, right? It was one of the biggest, complaints and kind of issues we see from the clients. And so we are excited about this new partnership with DocuBank, and we really think it's going to be a great service and just make things easier for everybody. I mean, this is, 2020, we're in a digital world. We need to have those documents digitally. And I tell clients to save it on their phone, but let's be very realistic that, you know, even in a time of need, you don't remember where it is on your phone and how to get to it. What if your phone, you know, isn't working, or, you know, so this is going to be a better
Or
path.
you left it at home because you had an
Right.
emergency.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Erin, thank you so much for spending the time with me today talking about digital estate planning. There are so many things to think about besides just having a paper will.
Yes, yes. You know, that's what we always recommend to everybody, that they see an attorney. I'm actually going to be doing a video later in the week talking about online wills with another attorney. And so stay tuned for that. But we really recommend that you speak with an attorney and don't go to one of the online services, because, you know, the last story that I heard, it cost the family about $18,000 in probate to kind of fix that online will. We're going to talk more about that in the video and kind of break down some of the things to look for. But we're really trying to advise the community and just educate why you do not want to go down that path of an online will.
Yeah, that's super important. So do you have that scheduled already?
So no, it's not going to be live. We're going to actually record it with several other attorneys, and then we're going to release it at some point, probably this Friday or next Monday. So it'll go up on our website.
Okay, perfect. So for those of you who are watching all these videos from my business page, I will be sure to share Erin's new video back to my page so that you guys can catch that as well. Erin, thank you again for being with me today and spending the time, even though we had some technical difficulties getting started. Imagine that, right? In the world that we live in today.
Right.
Would you mind giving everyone your contact information again? I'll also post it below and let people know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Trisha. So the best email to reach me is Erin, ERIN, at eCallahan, CALLAHAN.com. Or the phone number here at the office is 281-766-0976. So thanks again, Trisha. Such a pleasure.
Have a great day.
You too.